Alright, so we're going to try a live episode of Chronicles while we're driving to, where are we going?
Bloodline.
Bloodlines. I'm with Adam Brown. You may remember him from such episodes as episode 43, The DJing Experience, episode 13. I don't know what we call it, but yeah.
No idea.
So you just decided you needed a hand, you needed someone that knew a lot about MMA and coaching and judging to give you a hand, because although you're the head judge,
Yeah. I definitely didn't need somebody just to keep me company on the
no,
drive.
it's not been such a long drive that we've actually come onto the quiet part of the M25 by the time I figured out how to make this DGI stuff work. Anyway, a lot of Epstein stuff going on lately.
That's what you want to talk about, Epstein.
But
Yeah.
I was trying to. Well, I said maybe we'll go with. I was going to keep the jiu-jitsu kid touching stuff for the normal podcast.
Oh, okay.
You know, like
You want the jiu-jitsu content.
Yeah,
for
we're going to go what jiu-jitsu people talk about.
Yeah.
As a whole, conspiracy theories and stuff.
Oh right. Okay.
'Cause, like,
Jiu-jitsu, politics, conspiracies,
yeah,
butt scooting.
yeah. And while we're on the way to an MMA show.
Yes. MMA show. So you're going to get to sit there cage side and drink, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, yeah. Sorry to anyone that I've ruined the show for it. If you're listening to this.
Nah, you won't. You won't ruin it for anyone. You'll be.
Yeah, because I'm shadowing you, you know, to see what.
You're shadowing me.
I'm
yeah.
shadowing you to see like what it's like to be an official.
Yeah, so you'll be on the head judge table with me and the timekeeper. The timekeeper's hilarious. You'll love this guy. And then the table next to you, I'm assuming, will be the commentators. So there's always two, like a colour and a.
All right.
What's the other one called? Colour and a. Colour.
Well, you already said there was a black guy there.
Oh right. Yeah.
That's not a racist joke. That's
I feel
a
like
funny
it's
joke. It's not really racist.
no.
I mean, you can't say that anymore, can you?
Probably because it's racist, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you could. There will be black people there, I'm sure.
I didn't mean that. Like, there's probably be one or two Jews there as well. You know what I mean? I'm not kidding.
I don't know about that. But maybe.
From the river to the sea, yeah.
Yeah. No, there'll be about 24 to 26 fights.
That is a lot of fights.
Yeah, there'll be a mixture of K1 and MMA, and I think there's some junior competitions on today as well.
All right.
I'm never a big fan of the junior ones, but it depends.
Is that because it's kids kicking the heads off each other?
Well, because the rules are, like I've spoken about in the last podcast, well, one of the other podcasts I was in, rules are very different depending on what you do. So kids, they're allowed to kick each other and punch each other to the body. There's no head kicks, there's no
All right.
anything
So
like
it's
that.
basically like kind of kickboxing, but do they do jiu-jitsu as well in that?
No. There won't be, I don't think there's any MMA kid bouts. I think there's just K1 juniors. I don't even know if they're proper kids either.
Oh, so in K1 there's no grappling?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
K1's like
Just
Glory.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so same rules as Glory. So just kicky punchy.
All right.
I don't like judging K1 as much as I like judging MMA because the rule set's very different. It's the same as boxing. It's all about like coming forward and shots landed and like even on the K1 rules, it's like doing a what do you call it? When you do something fantastic. So say if they done like a
Highlight reel kind of.
highlight like a spinning heel kick or something like that.
Yeah.
Like if you land that, you get more points than what you would get if you're just
Oh,
punching
really?
and kicking.
So
Yeah.
it's on style as well. So you literally get style
In
points.
some rule sets, yeah. In some rule sets, I think that's the Glory K1 sort of rule set sort of thing.
I suppose it makes it better to watch then, isn't it? If you're
yeah, it's
for
different.
for
I
a
think
spectator, like.
with MMA, you have a lot of it's MMA rule set is what sort of it's what works. So if you throw a punch, so say like at the beginning of a fight, me and you are fighting, and you punch me in the face and you drop me, but I get back up, and for the rest of the round I'm sort of throwing punches, but you're blocking them, but I'm coming forward, and
because I got the knockdown.
Because you got the knockdown, you win the round. Yeah. Like,
gonna apologise to anyone on video that's getting the like we're crossing it on a speedboat experience.
Yeah.
We don't have all the kinks. What would you expect for this podcast? But anyway, sorry, back to the normal. And if there's road noise as well, I apologise. But we're in a fucking car driving down the motorway. What you want? Yeah. It's free. It's free. Free podcast.
Yeah. So yeah, the MMA rule set. You know what? I forget the word as we're driving up here, but it's the same thing as used for like the grappling side of it as well.
Oh, okay.
So like if me and you again are both fighting and we're both very much even on the strikes and strikes landing and stuff like that, you go down to the floor, we're grappling. If you're throwing up techniques and I'm getting out of it, you're winning.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Even if I'm
even
on
if
top,
you're defending them and nothing.
Yeah, even if I'm on top and I'm defending them. So if you're on the bottom and I'm just body heading stuff like that, and you're throwing up triangles and arm bars and I'm having to fight my way out of them or guillotines.
Submission would be seen better as.
It's what it's. So the rule set is sort of like what works. What is. I forget the word, it doesn't matter. But with boxing and kickboxing, it's very much who's coming forward. So like if you're like
if you're constantly putting the pressure on, pushing the pace.
even if you're not landing, you'll still be sort of like up on the scorecards. Depending, it's like ring control and all of that sort of thing. So they are very different. But I don't think like today, because I've done this so much, I'm not going to be here for the rules meeting. We should have really left earlier, so I could have took you to the rules meeting and you could have seen the whole thing.
You've seen them 500 times, so
I just don't want to sit there and watch it, to be honest. Rules meeting, I think it's in 10 minutes. we're half an hour away.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes on the thing. But jiu-jitsu speak. So have you ever tried to compete for an IBJJF competition, or is it?
I haven't. I'm doing one in April with Connor and Zach.
All right, okay.
I'm doing Masters Europeans.
Look back on episodes of the podcast. Connor Mortimer and Zach Smart.
Yes.
Zach Smart being number 10, episode 10, number 1 list podcast.
Yeah, so, I don't know why that is.
Yeah, we'll have to have a chat with him.
Yeah, he's just got
he's got a bigger following.
Asked his mum to watch it, and
he has it on repeat in his room when he goes home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Is that's something? If you were on about like you're currently in number 5 on your own one. You know?
Oh, is it 5? Yeah,
well,
not 4.
I'm just going to make it sound lower in front of you. You know?
Well, I'm a little bit disappointed with your listeners. To be fair, your listeners clearly don't have any taste.
To be fair, I think you get a lot of. I think you get a lot of bias because when you're coaching, you probably tell people listen to the podcast.
I don't. I'm going to start doing it now.
This podcast is not sponsored by White Monster Energy, the newest energy drink I've started to drink. Gone from Mango Loco. You're not a fan of energy drinks.
No, they thicken your blood. They're bad for you.
I think it's your arteries they take it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and then your blood can't pump through. It's like you'd have to get a stint in a few years' time.
Oh, enjoy. Hope it's tasty. Yeah, I'm doing.
I've done trend testing fucking decade. Like I'm not really worried about a few cancer.
You're fucked already.
Sorry, go on.
I'm doing Masters Europeans in Spain.
Oh yeah, you were saying that.
In April. I'm gonna give that a go, and then I'm doing Worlds in September.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Are you going to start changing your training big time? You're going to start changing your training leading up to that?
Yeah. So I've actually got I've got a guy who's helping me train for like sort of strength and conditioning wise. Guy who runs Arc Gym in Wokingham, Connor. Shout out to Connor. He is doing like my strength and conditioning, which I started doing. And
you used to do your own strength and conditioning.
Yeah. I just used to.
You used BPT before for people that aren't familiar.
So I just used to do mine, but it's weird though. Since I've been going there, so much has changed. Like even how. Well, no, even how like I mean, you used to go to the gym and lift. Yeah. Like all of the lifts seem to be different. Like
Or than what you would have normally done.
Yeah,
Like.
I remember it's things like not letting your knees go over your toes and stuff like that doesn't matter as much anymore. Like the bracing of your core and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that
Is that
just
because,
little details that
is
I
that because
wasn't
you're
doing.
is that because you're training yourself for a sport where you have to be athletic as opposed to actually pushing the weight? Is it different that way?
I think it's a bit of both because the guy who's training me, he does jiu-jitsu as well, so he's into jiu-jitsu, so he's trying a lot of the exercises. As he tells me what exercise it is, it'll be like, oh, this will be well good for like spider guard, or this would be really good just for your core. Or,
Oh, really?
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's fucking very good. Isn't it?
he's built this whole program around
Jiu-jitsu, like.
jiu-jitsu, yeah,
Oh, that's cool,
and
yeah.
to help me get stronger. And then I've got some assault bike stuff on there as well. And then it's just my normal training, really. I've been trying to make sure that, like, when I go with lower belts, I'm just trying things or.
Oh, so you're trying to work things out.
Yeah.
I think that's the big problem I've had lately is because, like, you know, like, obviously I play zero guard, and then, like, when I do try and play guard, like, I'm always rolling against higher belts, like you know, higher colored belts, like brown, purple. It's always brown, purple, black, and the blue belts at our gym, like, that I do be rolling against are very good as well. So, like, I don't get an opportunity to, when I play guard, that they're not going to pass, like, do you know what I mean? Or it's not going to, it's going to be, it's easier for them to pass, like, whereas if I maybe tried on some white belts, you know, but then you have to take your time with white belts as well because you end up getting a broken nose.
Well, that's it. No, you just choose.
I mean,
but you should just choose people that you know that you can sort of
I've
manhandle or get around
Yeah.
or whatever, and then just try something. Like, it might not be. I mean, you might not get to the stage where you're like, I can even try it. Do you know what I mean? But if
Yeah.
you find yourself in that position,
I've
just
think,
fucking throw it up.
been
See what
thinking
happens.
about a lot about floor rolling a bit more. Do you know, like,
Yeah.
having around the floor rolling, so like when you get to the positions, it becomes more of a muscle memory kind of a thing. Do you know, like adding a floor roll kind of a situation in instead of like going every round. Because I know I say this now, and the next time I roll, I'm just going to spar. You know what I mean? It's
But you know, the issue is that I find that you were talking about when you come and help me at the university the other week is like when you're rolling with lower belts, they don't do the right things. So you're like you're
Yeah.
trying to do something, and they'll do something so like off kilter that like you're not expecting that
that's
to
why-
happen.
That's why I did one of these Chronicles on. It's like, how are you inside control on me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I play guard against you, I should be able to wrap you up. Like, I
Yeah.
did sweep a couple of lads, and they were looking at me like I was a wizard. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like, it is a good. That is the best feeling in the world, though, when you you know, when you see someone that's coming to do jiu-jitsu. And like, to be fair, like that was one thing that actually we hadn't spoke about when I was went down with you. I don't know what kind of role to give the people, and I don't like the. I spoke to Aiden actually about it, and Aiden was like, "Yeah, I just give him a normal role, which is like pure death for someone that's
Yeah.
starting out like that."
But he doesn't know. That's the thing. Like
He probably just says that.
well, he probably gives them a normal role, but I know I've seen Aid roll with people and stuff like that. Like he will give to them. He will always beat them, but he'll
Yeah.
give to them what they're giving to him.
Yeah, I
if
suppose
some-
like
yeah.
I don't beat the like I leave them play around for a while, and then maybe it's like sometimes I think if you want to teach someone jiu-jitsu, like, and so that they don't find that it's boring, maybe you have to put it on them a bit. Like, this is what can happen. You know,
Yeah.
like instead of them thinking like, oh, I rolled with a purple belt and fucking, you know, I had him in submission attempts, and I was like, yeah, I let you get there. It's like that's why I always say about when I tap higher belts. It's like, you, obviously, like when you get past the certain colors, like they don't want me to tap, but you don't know what they're working on, and like it's something I always say. Like I'd never say I tapped XYZ of people like publicly, because like if it's put down to, oh, you're talking shit about me, are you? Come on, let's have a roll then. Let's record it. Let's put it out there. It's just going to be like catch me crying after a minute, like, you know what I mean? He tapped, he got up with tears in his eyes, and he left never to be seen again.
Yeah, but then if they do that, then fucking it's not for them, innit? Like, how many of us have rolled with people and then been like so demoralised afterwards that you're like, fuck it.
I think that's the good
That's
thing.
the
about
whole point of
yeah,
jiu-jitsu,
it
innit?
is,
Like,
yeah.
there's nobody, everybody leaves jiu-jitsu every now and then just thinking, fucking, why do I even do this?
I
Like,
think that's more of what the blue belt blues are. Do you know what people say? Oh, people just train to get blue belt, and then they say, "Oh, I've got my blue belt now, I can go." I don't think that's it at all. I think when you make the jump to blue belt and you start rolling with the higher colored belts more, and even like if you're rolling with black belts, you just feel like, oh, I'm starting all over again. Because when you get your blue and you're rolling, when you're four stripe white belt, and you're rolling against
in the
small
fundamentals
ponds,
class.
and then like you go up, because that's what I felt. I was like, fucking hell, I just thought I was getting good, and now it's like drop back down to the bottom all over again,
Yeah.
And I don't feel it so much.
And it's a longer slog as well.
Yeah, it's oh man, and like I actually like my time of blue belt. I'm really liking the time of purple, but I just need to get back into where I was 4 or 5 months ago when I started, because I was really enjoying it a lot more then than I am now, and I don't know why that is.
Well, you're not enjoying purple belt anymore?
At the minute, it's a bit no. Last few months, no. Since Christmas, definitely not.
Why not?
I don't know.
Well, you're not winning.
Yeah, I think it's not even the winning thing, because like I can edge people out, like where I'm not, like I don't really care about taps or getting taps. Of course I care to a certain extent, but like I had around there the other day where it was just like a fella that constantly taps me. He's brown belt, and like he does tap me, and he's been tapping me when he was a purple belt and I was a blue belt. But like I was having a lot more success then. I felt like when I was a blue belt and he was a purple belt. And it's like, I think games are changing, but it's like, I don't know, it's just I feel like I should be better, and I always feel like I'm shit.
Me too.
But it's like, when I go, I don't know what it is about our own club, like, when I go away I seem to have more success, and it makes me feel good about my jiu-jitsu. Not always now, but then I do a lot of no-gi stuff, so I don't know what level people are. Like, we went away somewhere lately, and I tapped the fella, and I was like, "Geez, I tapped a man," and I said, "Oh, fucking!" I thought the two of us were going fairly handy, and then I was informed he was a brown belt, and I guillotined him, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Do you know? And like,
well, that's going to start happening. You're purple belt now.
Yeah,
It's gonna
well,
be...
like it's not that I haven't.
You got to remember as well, where we are at Matt House, is everybody knows what you do, like, especially when you've been there now for fucking how many years?
If you listen to this podcast and all, it's only going 40 something episodes. Like, I will guillotine over anything. Like, I'm trying to I'm currently trying to figure out how to move the body in the half guard position to throw the other leg over to get a guillotine.
Yeah, but it's not just that, it's the people, because what will end up happening is you'll end up rolling with the same people all the time,
Yeah.
So, like...
everybody knows everyone's game.
Yeah, it's not even just the guillotine bit. They'll know basically how you move, what you're planning on
my
doing.
pass. Yeah,
you're passing, like...
I did some sexy scissor kick kind of pass there.
Oh yeah, I remember you were very happy about it.
Yeah, I was very happy, and I was like,
Dom, if you're listening, he wants that video.
He won't be able to get that now.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
But I would love to see what that looks like on camera, because it actually felt like I don't even know how I passed, I got to that pass. It made me so happy. And like, that's things I do enjoy about jiu-jitsu, but when I look at my progression as a whole and look at where I am as a purple belt, I think like I have a lot of work to do. And then I don't put the work in either.
But then I think that's for any belt. I mean, I'm going to be a black belt for a year in June now. It's already been nearly a year. I've still got so much to fucking... Like, it's all just skill acquisition, isn't it? That all of that will come. And you have those peaks and troughs where, like, what you're saying now is like you don't feel great about it at the moment, but then you go away and you're tapping brown belts and stuff like that. I think for many years, because we were sort of like a smaller club, whenever I'd go to other places, I've always been at Matt House like one of the higher belts. Mm-hmm. Even when I was a blue belt, I was one of the higher belts.
That's because you were one of the first people to start.
Yeah. So like we've only been going for coming up to 11 years, so we're still quite a young club. So we've got black belts now, but for a long time we didn't. And I'd go other places and I'd tap when I was like a purple. I'd be tapping brown belts and stuff like that, and when I was brown, I'd be tapping black belts. But then you come back to Matt House and you roll with a blue belt, and a blue belt will get you. Or, do you know what I mean?
I don't want to talk about it.
yeah. Or like, it's because everyone knows what they're doing, and I think where we actually train is very good. Like, you got.
No, I love our gym to bits.
Yeah, the instruction there is
But you know, when
not just because I'm an instructor there, but maybe that could be.
I don't go to many of your classes anymore.
60% of it could be because of me.
No, it is something you see. It is something I like when I go away, and because I don't do a lot of classes, usually open mats, but I do like seeing other people's ways of teaching. But then when you go back, me and Ken were actually only talking about it on the mat the other day. Like when you see Dom coach, there is something about it, the way he teaches, and I don't know, is it because, not to be totally on him because it's our own club or anything, but there is something about it, like, you know, when you see it and it's like, oh fucking hell, like he said, he showed me something. I asked him something, and he showed me something that I didn't know. Do you know what I mean? For a long time, and I was like, how am I only learning this now?
Okay.
Like, how am I learning this now after 5 years? Why didn't I know that little detail?
That will carry on happening as well. That happened to me the other day as well. It's just like little details of like.
It's what makes your jiu-jitsu. It's like, that's what they say the difference is, isn't it? When you have a submission, it's like if you have a properly locked in submission, it should just be a twitch of the muscle as opposed to a fucking hard squeeze. You know, it should just be a little pull. Like, and I suppose getting to your black belt level, it's having all those things right, where your arm is in the right place, your wrist is even in the right place. You know what I mean, or whatever.
No, I don't know.
No, but well,
as a black belt, no. Yeah, no. I get what you're saying, but again, like when I teach people, I say this all the time. Jiu-jitsu isn't pretty. Like, yeah, you might be, like you're saying, have your hand in the right place and stuff like that, but when you're in a roll and somebody's fighting back, like the amount of weird submissions I've got on people that I probably wouldn't ever be able to show. Like somebody's just outstretched an arm and I've just bent it over something on myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and then that's tap to.
Yeah.
Like, it's just literally. I think after a while it gets to the stage in jiu-jitsu, you just get so good at, because you roll with all these different people in all these different shapes and sizes and athleticisms and stuff like that. Yeah. You get used to how somebody else's body moves while you're trying to move it.
Yeah.
Like. And I think the difference between, say, like a black belt and a white belt is a black belt. I mean, the other day I just grabbed somebody's belt in the mid. I think he was in half guard, and I just pulled him over into side control. That's no technique. It's just muscle.
You're trying to say you've got really strong.
No, I'm not trying to say that.
No,
at all.
He's got this strength.
I'm not trying to say that at all. All I'm saying is it's just this fucking
like. Get a speeding ticket because you're on the podcast.
Yeah.
You still say, and we have evidence, Your Honour. Yeah. Look at him chatting shit about pulling someone over. He should have been pulled over. Sorry. I don't.
No, but I think you just get used to it, innit? It's just the skill acquisition then comes from after that as well. But there is a lot of feeling within it.
Yeah, well, it's all feeling, isn't it? I mean, like, it's all close and distance, and it's all distance management, isn't it? Like when you're attacking, you're trying to close the distance. When you're defending, you're trying to open the distance. Basically, that's just basically all the jiu-jitsu, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like creating spaces or closing spaces.
It's fun, man. I need to be getting on it though. But
so you're going to start coming with us a few away days now to get some.
Yes, I'm going to do that. I want to get beat up by people and beat people up and etc. Yeah, shit. I need to start doing all of that stuff anyway. I promised myself I'd do that when I got my black belt.
Yeah.
Life
a lot more pressure on you now as a black belt to do it, or would you feel it'd be the same?
No, I do. Like, I remember the last podcast we were on with the four of us. That was the question you asked. Like, do you feel the pressure? Has anything changed? And it has.
Because it's a bit longer in it now, like, because you just got it.
Yeah. I've been in it a while. Like, people now, they want to be able to say that they passed, stuff like that. So like, you have a lot of, and I suppose it's like. I don't know if you know this about me, but I can be quite lazy.
No, go ahead.
Right, and it's sort of depends on the day. Like, do you today? Do I want to let somebody pass and think that they can do things to me that they can't? Do you know what I mean? And
I think this is where the ego comes in as well, because we were talking something before we started recording, and like you don't really have ego in jiu-jitsu, but you have.
Oh yeah, it's
do you know what I mean?
Full of ego, yeah.
Like. You can't. I suppose what it is you can't live being egotistical, but you have to have an ego to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
Well, I always put it this way: is that when you start as a white belt, you've got all this ego. You're like, all men are the
Gets
same.
smashed
innit?
out, yeah.
All men are the same. They look at a guy and they go, yeah, I could beat him in a fight and stuff like that. And then you go along to jiu-jitsu and somebody who you think you could just batter.
Yeah,
Well,
Bailey, like a 16-year-old
yeah,
weighing
yeah.
about 67 kilos,
Yeah.
fucking manhandled.
Emil is what, 15 years old, and he's. Did you hear about this the other day? You know, Big James, brown belt James.
Yeah.
He was on Emil's back, and Emil's 15 years old, and Emil stood up. Big James weighs 120 kilos, so he just stood up with him on his back, just shook him off.
Jesus Christ.
That's a 15-year-old, like.
Yeah.
Like,
well, kids are getting fucking.
yeah, but this is what I mean. You start out and you have an ego, and then your ego gets battered in white belt because you realise, oh fuck, I can't do fucking anything. And then you start getting, by the time you get to like purple belt, like you're like, yeah, white belt's a shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'll batter this person. Your ego's fully. But by the time you get to black belt, look at Luke. Your ego's out of control.
But to be fair to him, like I had a conversation with him one time, and it's like, I said, well, he said, how was training today? He goes, yeah, grand. And I think I was after having a rough one, and I was going, tell me this. I said, did you get tapped today? And he's like, no. And I was like, how many rounds you had? And I think there was like 8 or 10 rounds. 10 rounds. I was like, 10 rounds. And he said, no, I had some hard rounds. He said, but I didn't get tapped.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know when we go away places, do you get tapped often? And he's like, no, not really.
Yeah.
And it wasn't an ego thing that he was saying, or he was trying to. You know, I was just asking a question. He was just giving an honest answer. Like,
yeah, Luke's fucking as much as the bad stuff I have to say about Luke, which is varied and long. The stuff I have to say about it. His jiu-jitsu is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking so good.
I'd love to see him on a lot more shows.
Irritatingly good.
Yeah, I'd love to see him on a lot more shows so he could actually showcase it.
I'm sure he will. He'll get on it. But like he's always been that guy. I mean, I remember Luke when he was like, I can't even remember how old he was. Maybe 18, something like that. He walked into the gym and like the MMA gym we were in, and we started. I taught Luke how to shrimp, and you know
No,
like,
he's not going to have that.
No, I did. He will have that because he knows I did. But now, like,
he's going to say it was a very poor shrimp or something.
He'll batter me. Like But even then, when he was 18, I'll get him to tell you the story of that. But I remember watching him and just thinking to myself, this kid is going to be fucking phenomenal. If he carries on going, he's going to be phenomenal. And it wasn't at jiu-jitsu at the time. It was at like MMA.
Yeah.
But like, regardless, like he gave boxing a go, and he's got fucking belts and shit like that.
Yeah, like everything he's done, he's won something in it, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like,
he's fucking just in combat sports wise, he's fucking phenomenal. But I'm getting off of this topic.
yeah, he's going to have. He's just going to play this back.
It's making me feel itchy. Do you know what I mean?
No, we'll definitely have to do another DJing experience part 2, where we'll all meet up and record another episode like we did the one in your garage.
Yeah, man. But I won't say anything nice about Luke in that one.
No, I'm expecting two of you to go at each other's throats.
If he's there,
if he shows up, yeah.
If he shows, yeah, flaky fuck.
And you've come full circle.
How are you feeling about today, though? Are you looking forward to this?
Yeah, to be honest, I've only ever been to one MMA show, and it was the Octagon one when I went to watch Dennis Frimpong fight.
Yeah, it's not going to be as big as that.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, I actually didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did, because like boxing I couldn't give a fuck about, to be honest. I've been to boxing matches. I've no interest. But MMA, like, I'll watch it on the telly and stuff. And when I watched it live, I was like, oh, it's actually, it's actually good. Like, I actually enjoyed it. I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did,
Well, you're going to be close enough today to hear the fucking shots landing and
yeah, that'll be good.
I hope nothing breaks.
Getting blood spilled on top of fucking.
Mate, dude, that happened. I think, speaking of, again about me and Luke went and did one, and he wore a white t-shirt, and he was just sitting there drinking. I think he was drinking a couple of like Cokes or something like that, or rum and Cokes or something, and somebody got cracked, and he was just covered in blood. Had gone all in his drink and stuff like that. Well, you are literally, if you think about it,
you're literally
sat here,
front row seat.
There's a table here, and then the cage. Like, that's it. There's no, so you're going to be pretty close.
All right, sure. We'll leave it at that, and we'll record another bit on the way home, maybe.
Yeah, man. We can talk about what happened.
All right, we'll catch you on the other side of this.